Hi everybody, today I'm going to show you how to make this 3D little stocking or a little boot. If you want to have fun, you can stick them on a figure if you'd like. I had fun with putting them on little Zoe here. I'm going to make this boot exactly like this. You can even stick this on the tree as a little ornament. And I'm going to use one loom, and our loom is going to be in its original position with the arrows facing down. I'm going to use about 18 white bands and about 60 red bands today. So I'm going to get started. So the first thing that I'm going to do is explain to you that I'm going to go around the loom using double bands first, then a single row of white, then 4 times in a row using red bands. So I'm going to start with double white bands. And I'm going to go from the left up to the center, and I'm just going to twist the bands, making a figure 8. Taking double bands, I'm going to go from the center down to the right. Double bands, I'm going to go down once on the right, and then close it off. Double bands and twisting it. I'm going to repeat this on the left side. Double white bands, going down once, and then closing it off. So from the left down to the center. Now push your bands down. We're going to go around doing the same thing with single white. So take a single white and you're going to go from the left up to the center, center, down to the right, going down once on the right, and close this off. Repeat this on the left. Single band, go down once, single band, close it off from the left down to the center. Now you're going to grab your hook, and what I'm going to do is, starting at the bottom in the center, I'm going to grab the bottom 2 bands. So just grab 2 and bring it over. Go back to the bottom and grab 2 more. Now you're going to go to the left at the second peg, and you're going to grab the bottom 2, bring it over, grab 2 more, bottom 2, and bring it over. At the top left, you're going to repeat the same thing. Grab the bottom 2 and bring it over. Go back and grab 2 more. So you should have 2 bands left on each of the pegs. At the top center, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to grab the bottom 2 and bring it over. Go back and grab the next bottom 2 and bring it over. You should have 2 bands left. Going down on the right, the same thing. Grab 2 bands, bring it over, grab 2 bands and bring it over, and you should have 2 left. On the second peg going down on the right, repeat. 2 bands and then 2 bands. You're going to push your bands down, and we don't need any more white. Now I'm going to go around with a single red and just repeat the steps again. So from the left up to the center, center, down to the right, go down once on the right. You're going to close this off from the center up to the right and repeat on the left. Going down once and close it off. Grab your hook, and you're going to start at the bottom, and you're going to grab the bottom 2 white bands and bring it over. Go to the left, bring the bottom 2 white over, and just repeat all the way around the loom. Top center, on the right, put your loom down and push the bands down. We're going to go with our second row of red from the left up to the center and repeating the steps. Center down to the right, go down once, close it off, repeat on the left. Down once and close it off. Grab your hook, start at the bottom, and grab the bottom 2 bands and bring it over. Go to the left, bottom 2, and all the way around. Bottom 2. You want to push your bands down. We're going with our 3rd row of red, left up to the center, and just repeat. Center, down to the right, go down once and close it off. Repeat on the left, down, 1, and close it off. Grab your hook and repeat, grabbing the bottom 2 and bring it over. Bottom 2 and bring it over. Bottom 2 at the top center, on the right, on the right. So you should have 2 bands left on each peg. Push down, and we're going to do another row. So our 4th row, you're going to go from the left up to the center, center down to the right, go down once, close it off, and repeat on the left. Grab your hook, and again, grab the bottom 2 and bring it over. Grab the bottom 2 all the way around. And you should have 2 loops on every peg left. Now push your bands down. Now to do the front part of the boot, I will be going somewhat around. I really didn't want to use counter bands, but I'm going to end up doing about 3 different kinds of rows. So I'm just going to grab one, and I'm going to go from the left up to the center, left up to the center, single band from the center down to the right. Go down once on the right, and now you're going to go down 1 more row on the right and 1 more. So you'll have a total of 3 going down on the right. We're going to close this off now. So I'm going to go from the right down to the center. So the center peg is 1, 2, 3, 4, and your 5th peg going down. I'm going to repeat this on the left. So you're going to go down 3 times on the left. 1, 2, and 3. You're going to close it off from the left down to the center. So please check, this is what you should have. Now I'm going to close off the middle. So I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, and 4 spots. So starting at the top center and just filling in the middle. You're going to push your bands down here at the sides very gently. You don't want to push them all the way down. We're going to take a single band and we're going to add holding bands. So we're going to make triangles. So you're going to make a triangle on the 2nd pegs going down. You're going to make another triangle right below, and another triangle right below. You're going to grab your hook, and what we're going to do is we're going to make these holding bands just a little bit tighter. So I'm going to grab the bottom of this triangle on the right, and I'm just going to bring it around the 2nd peg going down on the right. Same thing with the next triangle. Grab the bottom, and you want to go around the 3rd peg. Grab the next triangle, at the right, go around the fourth peg going down. Now I want you to push your bands down just gently. I don't want you to go all the way down, just a little bit on each of these pegs at the sides. Now you're going to take a single band and we're going to go down on the right twice. I'm going to start at the second peg, placing a single from the second to the third. Taking another single, and you want to go from the third to the fourth. You want to close this off now from the right down to the center, and we're going to repeat on the left. So starting at the second peg going down to the third. Another single from the third down to the fourth, and close this off from the left down to the center. I'm going to add a single band and we're going to cap the end in the middle 3 times. So push your bands down just gently. You don't want to go all the way down because you're going to start to overlap your bands and you're going to have a hard time looping. So a single, go around the middle at the end 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so now I'm ready to loop like when we would loop a face for a figure. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take my hook and I'm going to reach in here and I'm going to grab the third last band from the bottom. So from the bottom counting 1, 2, and 3. I'm just going to reach in and grab that band. And that band is this band here in the middle. So I'm just going to go forward. So I just grabbed the bottom third from the bottom band and brought it over. I'm going to go up one more time in the center. So I'm at the third peg in the middle. At the third peg in the middle, you're going to reach in and move this band out of the way that we placed from the second to the third peg. So just to show you, I did this so you'll be able to see. I'm going to move this band out of the way and grab one single band and bring it to the left. So basically it was just this band here and brought it to the left. Now I'm going to reach back in, moving this band out of the way, and grab that last band at the bottom and bring it to the right. So basically it was this band and just brought it to the right. Now I'm going to go back at the bottom in the center and I'm going to grab the second last band, which will be going up to the left. So move all these bands out of the way, grab the second last band, bring it up and go to the left. Oh, I lost the band. Trying so hard to explain to you. Just going to grab it, bring it back under, in, and over. Now you're going to reach back in and grab that last band, and it's going up to the right. Now I'm going to loop up 2 spots on the right to the second peg going down on the right. Starting at the bottom, I'm going to move all these bands out of the way, and I hope you can see. I'm going to grab that bottom band, bring it up, and loop forward. At the third peg going down on the right, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to reach in, move all these bands out of the way, and grab that bottom band, bring it up, and stop. On the left now, I'm going to reach in at the fourth peg going down on the left, move all these bands out of the way, and just grabbing the bottom band. Bring it up and loop forward. We're going to do this one more time. So reach in, move all these bands out of the way, and grab just the bottom band. And stop. Now with your hook, what we're going to do is I'm just going to put these bands a little bit neat at the bottom in the center. I'm going to bring 3 bottom bands over, but I'm going to do one at a time. So 1, the next one, 2, and 3. So you should have 2 loops left. Now going to the 4th peg going down on the left, I'm going to bring the bottom 3 bands over. So you should have 5 bands here. I'm going to bring one at a time. 1, 2, and 3. So you have 2 bands left. 3rd peg going down, I'm just going to fix the bands. And I'm going to bring 3 over. 1, 2, and 3. So you have 2 left. Now on the 2nd peg going down on the left, what you're going to do is bring 2 bands over, the bottom 2, and you will see this band here that's going from the 1st to the 2nd. Keep your eye on that band because we're going to have to loop that one over at the end and make a teardrop with that band. So I'm going to bring the bottom 2 bands over. I'm going to move that band down, and I'm going to bring 2 bands, so the next 2, over. So these are just the 2 bands above this band that's going up to the 1st peg here. So now you'll have 4 bands left. We're just going to leave those alone. So now the 1st peg going down on the left, you're just going to bring the bottom 2 bands over. At the top center, you're going to bring 3 bottom bands over. So just 1, 2, and 3. So you have 2 bands left. On the right, you're going to bring the bottom 2 bands over. So 1 and 2. So you'll have 2 bands left. Now at the 2nd peg going down on the right, we're going to do the same thing as we did on the opposite side. So you're going to bring the bottom 2 bands over. Keep an eye on this band. So 1 and 2. I'm very awkward right now. So now push that band down, hold it down, and you want to grab the 2 bands above. So 1 and 2. So now you should be left with 5 bands. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So what we're going to do is bring 1 more band over. So just the 2nd last band, bring it over. So we have 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4 bands left. So we brought 3 bands over. Or 4 bands over. I think 4. I'm so sorry, 4. So you have 4 bands left. Now at the 3rd peg going down, we are going to bring four of these bands over, so we have 2 left. So I'm just going to bring 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have 2 left over. Now at the 4th peg going down, we're going to bring 4 bands over, so we have 2 left. So the bottom 4, 1 and 2, 3, and 4. So we have 2 left. Push your bands down, and we're going to do one more row. So we're going to start at the 2nd peg to the 3rd peg and place a single band. We're going to go one more time down the right. This is what you should have. You're going to close it off from the center up to the right. We're going to repeat on the left, starting at the 2nd peg going down to the 3rd, and go down one more time on the left and close it off. You're going to push your bands down slightly, not too much. I'm going to go down twice in the center, and I'm going to start at the 3rd peg going down. So from the 3rd to the 4th, and then the 4th to the 5th. We're going to take a single band, and we're going to do a triangle, and we're going to do this on the 3rd pegs going down, and one triangle right below. You're going to take your hook, and we're going to tighten these holding bands. So I'm just going to grab the bottom of the triangle on the right side and twist it around the 3rd peg going down. Repeat on the last triangle, grab the bottom, twist around the 4th peg. So now what we're going to do is, with your hook, you're going to reach in at the bottom in the center and bring the bottom 2 bands over. So you should have 3 bands left. Now we're going to add a holding band, a cap band to the bottom. So you want to push these bands down gently. Take a single band, and you're going to cap the end 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Now what we're going to do is grab your hook, and what we're going to do is reach in at the bottom on the left peg, the 4th one going down, and bring the bottom 2 bands over. 1, 2. So you'll have 3 bands left. The peg above, the 3rd going down, you're going to bring the bottom 2 bands over. 1, 2. 2nd peg going down, we're going to bring this bottom one down. We're not going to loop that one. We're going to go for the 2 bands above. 1, 2. So you have 3 bands left. You're going to leave this peg alone. You need 2 bands. The top center has 2 bands, and the top right has 2 bands. So going to the 2nd peg going down on the right, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to move the bottom band out of the way, and we're going to grab the middle 3 bands. So the 2nd last band, go over. This is the 3rd last band, go over, and the 4th last band, go over. So now you have 2 bands left. On the 3rd peg going down on the right, we're going to bring the bottom 2 bands over. So 1, 2. So you should have 4 bands left over. On the last peg going down on the right, you're going to bring the bottom 2 over. 1, 2. So you'll have 4 bands left over. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're ready to loop. So you're going to reach in at the bottom, move this cap band out of the way, I hope you can see, and you're going to grab the first band on top, bring it through, and bring it up to the center. We're going to loop up the bands in the middle now. So with your hook, you're going to find this band. It's right here. And you're going to reach in and grab it and make a teardrop. You're going to grab the next one, grab the next one, bring it up to the center. We're going to reach back in at the bottom, grab the next top band, and it's going to your left. I want you to reach back in at the middle here at the bottom, grab that last band, and you're going to bring it to your right. Now I'm going to loop up the bands on my right side. So reach in at the bottom, and what you're going to do is grab this bottom band. So move these 4 bands out of the way and grab that bottom, and you're going to make that teardrop. Reach in, and you want to grab the bottom band, bring it up, and make a teardrop. Reach in at the second peg going down on the right, grab the bottom, bring it up. Move these 2 bands out of the way and grab that bottom single band and bring it up to the center. We're going to repeat the same thing on the left. Reach in at the 4th peg going down on the left, grab that bottom single, move these bands out of the way, and make a teardrop. You're going to reach in, move these bands out of the way, grab the bottom, go up. Repeat, move these bands out of the way and grab that bottom single. Move these bands out of the way, 2 bands, and grab the bottom single. Now, we're going to bring 3 of these bands here at the top center over. So right now 2 of my bands are overlapping, so I'm just going to flatten them out. I'm just going to use my hook to do that. So now I have 2, 4, 5 loops. So the bottom 3 I'm going to bring over. 1, 2, and 1 more, 3. So I have 2 loops. 2, 3, 3 loops, 3 loops. I have 3 loops, 4 loops, 3, 4, 2, and 2. I'm going to do a slip knot now. So I'm going to reach in at the top center with my hook, grab the band, bring it through, grab both ends, slide over, and pull to the top. With your hook, you're going to remove the sides, all the bands off the loom. Just going to reach in at the top center and then remove off the loom. So this is it. All you're going to do, stretch out the boot, all the sides, and you can just stretch out this part, flatten the tip of the boot up, and now for the slip knot, what I'm going to do, I'm going to hide it. I'm going to go in through the middle here at the top, and I'm going to come out with my hook right beside that slip knot, just at the back, heel part of the boot, and bring it through. And just push it inside. Now if you want to add on a little link of a single chain, you can do that if you want to hang it up on a Christmas tree, or if you want to just hang it somewhere I'm just going to show you how I did this one. I just went down the loom using a single white band, which I didn't count these bands at the beginning, letting you know how many you need. I'm just going to show you how I did this one. So I just took a single and went down the loom 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Taking a single band, I'm going to cap the end 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. And you're just going to reach in at the bottom, moving that cap band out of the way, grabbing that bottom single and make a teardrop and go forward. Now I'm just going to remove off the loom. I'm going to fix this cap band. And you can grab the boot. And I'm just going to go right below through the white bands, that second row of white that we did. And bring this loop over. Put my hook through the cap band, so those 3 loops that we had at the end. I'm going to take a single band and I'm just going to do a slip knot. So attach, support, and bring these bands through. Grab the end of that single and you can do a slip knot. You can hide this band if you like by just going through some of these bands here at the sides. No hang. I hope you enjoyed Looming with Cheryl. I have a lot more designs to load, so please subscribe down below and I will see you next time with another. Bye for now.